This has so much potential, it feels like new Doom. Let's talk about why. Okay, so as you see here, things look a little funny, right? We're actually moving horizontally and vertically. No longer are we locked into the just up and down motion, but we have whole arenas here. Now this makes Doom, Mighty Doom, feel like the old and the new both. Let me explain why. So as you see, we feel like we're rocking arenas, right? I'm unlocking different portions of these fights whenever I want to. If I want to leave this one, I can come back to it later if I want to. It feels like the classic because it's also non-linear. If I want to explore over here first, I can. If I want to go all the way over here, oh look, another arena. I can do that too. This is such a good change, and I really want to see this beyond just the event mode, because look at the dynamics that it opens up. Well, what do we want to get? We want Ricochet. That's pretty much S tier now. Look at the dynamics it opens up. Normally, we're stuck to going up and down, right? When we have these options, let's take a look at this arena, for example. Okay, we're going to start here. We can go to the left, to the right, or we can just take out this center section first. There's a health pack on the ground, so you can figure that too. So, okay, let's say we start over here, and we take these guys out. We want to leave here. We don't want to come here right now. Oh, we got all the enemies out here. Let's just throw a BFG out, so it's going to get the top and the bottom. Now, it's more than just that. I'm hoping we catch some power-ups coming up here soon. Look at this. Look how these places synergize. Now, I do say there are still some limitations, like this little platform right here. I can only get to from here, from that teleporter, but we can come back all the way on the jump pads that sling us way far over. But we're not done yet with the arena. You can see how much you'll get charged up in terms of your BFG. It looks really nice. You got some good challenges. So let's say we want to come back to these guys later. All right, I want to get more enemies out in the field at one time. Oh, no, none of them over here. So I want to get out of this situation. So we'll just jump straight across. It's beautiful. Now, there is some criticism that people are saying I can't see shots coming off the screen so well. You know, if somebody's shooting me from way off on this side, I can't see it. Of course, this is just the first event that we have on this, so I can see things changing in time. I'm rocking a heavy cannon super shotgun for this event here. Really want to go back to the classic with that, and we have an angle. This is different too. We have an angled jump pad. You can see the power of the Slayer landing there. Now, the real cool thing is the power-ups. They are a little bit overtuned, which I think that's by design. That's fine. It's not going to something that you're going to see in the play, like left and right, you know what I mean? But we can come back here with the angled jump pads, take out this little section. Let's say I want to come back to it. So this really gives me opportunity. Going off to the left first, fine. It gives me a non-linear focus. Also, like Foundry and Argent Facility in Doom 2016. Really is a thing that people want to see, is non-linearity. That's what a lot of the new Doom games, they got the criticism, Meat Hook, yes, the criticism for having to go one direction at a time, which this way it kind of brings you a little bit of both. Now, there are 14 stages in the event here, and I'm surprised I've not seen a power up yet. Whoa, oh, yep, we got quad. You even get the Quake sound, which is really cool. Look how powerful this is. Get the blue fixture around the Slayer, you go through the portal. We got the Meat Hook as well, all the way over here, really bringing that Eternal vibe. Look at the lag on this with all the explosions. It's insane. Now, the final boss does have a bit of criticism around him. If you don't know the combat puzzle to him, he is a little bit frustrating, but that's part of the game, figuring out what to do. Oh, Berserk. Now, funny enough about the Berserks in here, all these instant glory kills, they don't count toward their final match, the ending, but they also don't count toward the season challenges as well. But I mean, hey, look. We're trying to have fun in the game, right? This is not anything we've ever seen before. So be able to run through a map and just literally go 2016 in Eternal Berserk style is really cool. Look, we still have the hazards. Okay, so do we want to come down here away from all of those fireballs and tackle the enemies down here? It's just figuring out the arena and what you want to see out of it. So coming out of stage number 12, we have almost all our abilities. What do we want? Side shot? Let's do side shot. I've always liked that one. Not my favorite, but it's nice. Haste. This one looks awesome. Watch this. Now, if you have the chain gun, I've heard this is nasty, so let me know if you've used the chain gun on here. And of course, you know, I'm getting those glory kills and putting them out on the arena, even if I don't need them right now, because glory kills and health stay on the ground the entire time for the rest of the match. So get them. You get the invulnerability. If I get hurt right now, I can go back to that glory kill. Again, the non-linearity of this play. I can go this way. I can go that way. It doesn't matter which way I go. Now, coming up to the boss fight, this one's a little something else. He's got some criticisms about himself, so we're just going to burn up the Meat Hook right away. Now, when he does his super shots, stay still or go to the corner is what I've heard people say. We're going to run around, do little runs at a time, see if this works here. I'm trying to bait him out of it, and it's not actually working. This is really tricky. Okay, I really hope he does it for this video. Okay, here he is. I moved around too much. Okay, so this might be the play. That might be the play. Or we can use the meat hook to cancel out of it, but you got to be really careful there. Ooh, I am messing up badly. Okay, little movements for bosses. That's all you need, little stuff. You know what? We're gonna play it ballsy right here. Let's watch the finishing mode here. Now, you notice I didn't start with the first map. I started with 1 through, no, actually not 1 through 7. I started through 8 through 14. So let's go back and see what those first little levels look like. Get a little max upgrade level. I like it. You know, we're gonna switch to the Epic Gauss Cannon here because it's really nice. We're running Conquest again. So, okay, what about the first 7? Why didn't they make them the same as the rest? Berserk right out the gate. You gotta love that. Lina with, we're gonna go bounce. Always like bounce. Of course, I shouldn't have done that with that. So we can always come into here and see that this is a little overtuned, right? But the point of these events isn't to be ball-bustingly hard like Time to Kill was when it was glitched out, but to give the player a fun experience and to show them the differences in the things that they can do. Power-ups are a brand new thing. And you know what my little theory is about all this? My game theory is that they can use these new modes like the time trial and all of the other stuff to test. Like say, hey, do I want to put the time mode in there, like Time to Kill? Was it successful with the players? Should we bring it back? Yeah. Now, I have heard some complaints about the camera being a little tricky, which I get it. One of the levels, you feel like you're kind of on a boat. It is a little hard to get used to, but in time, it becomes to be fine again. So, there's only so much you can do, I feel like, with the camera, right? Like, with the up and down, we're used to the flowing up and down smooth motions. I don't know how much you can do with it all moving around crazy like that. Oh, this is cool. I wish I should have put, look at that. This is a power trip right here. This is the I almost died. This is the Doomslayer power fantasy moment right there. We want first impressions because when you're getting into a fight to where you don't know which way you want it to go, and you're not farming, it's a little crazy, go ahead and go with staggers. You get the health back, you get the invulnerability from the glory kills, you gotta love what it has to offer. Now I think that when we come up to stage 6 and 7, 7 is a boss. I'm not going to have enough BFG. No, we're not going to. Quad. It's got the quake sound. It's got the power. Now, one thing also you need to be careful of when you're running through crazy like I am, don't just lose focus of your own health because you're so focused in on the enemy. Oh, we got a BFG, right? You have to keep yourself alive. And I see a lot of players do that in Eternal. They'll go balls to the wall, quick switching, screw up their own rhythm, and then they end up not paying attention to their own health, and they end up dying because they got so focused on what the enemy is doing, what they're doing, not what the enemy is doing, and I'm not playing this right at all. I like the Arachnotron boss. What do you think? This looks like it can be a little bit of different bosses from time to time, but we're making use of that UAC armor. I love the UAC. People, if you have questions about my build, I main Heavy Cannon, Gauss, BFG Acid, and I like to use a lot of UAC armor as well because it is just that nice. It actually evens out with some of the other demonic and cultist armor over time to where it's not that big of a deal if you don't use it. I mean, if you use demonic UAC, it works out over time, so I wouldn't sweat it too much. Use what you like to use, but that's what I like to use myself. So we've already shown this part before. I'm going to call it here. Check the video on the screen. Come to the Discord for some free tips. I hope you like this update, and I will see you in the next one.